Good afternoon. The Hawaii State Teachers Association is pleased to announce today our recommendation and support for the one Lieutenant Governor candidate who stands out among them all, Sylvia Luke. Sylvia is a product of our public schools. She arrived in Hawaii as an immigrant and attended public schools like Lincoln Elementary School, not knowing any English. So she relied on her teachers to give her the support she needed to catch up to her peers and ultimately become the smart and savvy legislator that she is today. One thing I admire about Sylvia is how she comes out and tells it like it is and doesn't beat around the bush. Whether it's calling out other elected leaders or holding State Department heads' feet to the fire, she's constantly trying to make government more streamlined, responsive, and accountable to the needs of the people of Hawaii. This includes those in our public school communities. Sylvia has always supported public schools just as they've supported her. And her priorities include looking to take care of our youngest keiki, making sure school facility funds actually get used and don't go to waste, and ensuring the well-being of our teachers, especially with the need for affordable teacher housing. Sylvia is a go-getter who puts her mind to things and gets them done. I was very fortunate to be able to see her in action when I volunteered at the Hawaii Convention Center 2 years ago when the pandemic first struck. So many of our citizens were hurting, many without jobs suddenly vaporizing into thin air and unable to access unemployment benefits that they were entitled to. When Sylvia and her colleagues saw very little being done or being done way too slowly, they sprang into action and had that processing center up in just 3 days to clear that backlog. That's who we need right now. We need someone who will take action when action is needed. Someone with the smarts to move Hawaii forward. And I'm proud to say that I've been a satisfied constituent of Sylvia's over many years and look forward to her being our next Lieutenant Governor in the years to come. I hope Hawaii citizens will be able to see what we see in Sylvia and give her your vote in the upcoming election for Lieutenant Governor. It gives me great pleasure to introduce HSTA's recommended Lieutenant Governor candidate, Sylvia Luke.
Thank you, President Osa Tui Jr. As a proud product of the Hawaii State educational system, I am humbled and proud to be having the support from HSTA. I was once a student here at Lincoln Elementary, and I graduated from Roosevelt High School, which is right across the street. So I know firsthand about the issues and opportunities our school system and our public school teachers face. I also know how hard public school teachers work to create a positive learning environment for students. And I see many of my teacher friends behind me, especially Dana Shishiro, who I've known since college. When public educators feel valued and are supported with resources to be successful, their students benefit from it. This is why I have been a long-time advocate for public education and why I've made education one of the important platforms in my campaign. We made a lot of strides, but there is still a lot of work to be done. I want to thank HSTA and its membership for believing in my campaign and my ability to create positive change for our public schools. I look forward to working alongside with many of the teachers and the HSTA membership and President Osa Tui, and also work with the next governor to institute policies and laws that make public school education great again. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to introduce Hope McKean. She's a teacher at Keonepoko Elementary School in Hilo as a Hawaiian Studies teacher, and she's also our Government Relations Chairperson. Hope?
Aloha mai kako. In thinking of what I was going to say today, one phrase came to mind, and that was "A'ohe hana nui ke alu'ia." No task is too large when we work together. Hawaii is at a critical point that we need people in public service that communicate effectively and are willing to collaborate to make the best choices for our place and our people. We need to make good decisions today so that our keiki will have a Hawaii to call home. At HSTA, we go through a very rigorous interview process of all of our candidates who seek our recommendation. When our committee of teachers interviewed Sylvia Luke, the one thing that stood out to us was her willingness to collaborate with the governor and the legislature to make the best choices for Hawaii. Her integrity to do as she says definitely shine through. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Hope. And now I'd like to introduce longtime friend of Sylvia Luke, longtime teacher, third grade teacher at Wheeler Elementary School, and a board director from our central chapter, Dana Shishido.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure and privilege to share with you my belief of the reasons why Sylvia Luke is the best candidate for Lieutenant Governor of the state of Hawaii. I've known Sylvia for 34 years. Our friendship began when we served in the Associated Students of the University of Hawaii. She was the president of the university student government. In fact, Sylvia's career in leadership may be traced back to her high school years. Sylvia is a product of Hawaii's public schools. We heard of the struggles she has gone through. This displays her tenacity. Imagine not being able to understand or speak the language of the new land that you're living in. She put in the extra time and energy to learn English. Who was it that helped her? Her parents and her public school teacher. This is why her heart is in public education. Her parents' struggles and courage to start life in a new country display the strong genetics that has been passed on to Sylvia. Her father passed away when she was a teen. This left her mom to raise Sylvia and her two siblings alone. There goes Sylvia, working part-time to help out her family, working to put herself through college, and it didn't stop there, as she put herself through law school as well. The defending of people's rights have always been important to Sylvia. She stood up for fellow students through her student government experience. She fought for her clients as she worked as an attorney, yet she wanted to do more. Hence her over two-decade experience in the legislature, fighting for all residents of Hawaii as well. What I admire about Sylvia is her perseverance and integrity. She is such a strong woman. Sylvia has had to make difficult decisions, but as I stated earlier, she will push through. This drive, though, also comes from her compassion. Again, her heart is with the keiki of Hawaii and those who educate them, we, the teachers. Sylvia has a long list of the ways she has dedicated herself to us. Allow me to share a few. She's appropriated funds for teacher supplies, appropriated fund for preschool and pre-K, worked to restrict the number of required testing, and most recently fought against the possible furloughs that was to be used for the budget shortfall during the pandemic. She volunteers her time with community service. She volunteered with the unemployment department during the pandemic, and she even volunteered as a Bible studies teacher. Sylvia is a straightforward, hardworking, and good-hearted person. She has fought for what is right for almost 4 decades. My friend has never let me down. Please allow her to continue her dream of standing for others and elect Sylvia Luke as our next Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.
And with that, just want to say, we elect Sylvia Luke for governor, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.